Hey, y'all might remember this from a street scrap where I was saying that I had found it. It was in the truck. I brought it back to the shark cage. It's an Onkyo, O-N-K-Y-O, Onkyo AV tuner amplifier. It's heavy, so I'm sure there's going to be at least a good transformer, hopefully not Chinesium. Come on, let's dive in and find out. You might hear a little thundering going on in the background. You got a thunderstorm going on. It's Florida. That's what happens around here. I had somebody who suggested that I get a new bit for the driver, and that might be time, because sometimes it doesn't want to play with some of these screws. But I'm also thinking these might be Japanese standard screws, and so that bit doesn't always get a good bite on them. Oh, backside of the board. All right, any other screws here? Nope. Sheet steel. Little screws all over the place. Wire. Okay. Nothing here to get excited about, just a low-grade board. So there's ICs, there's two ICs here and a top hat oscillator. They're easy enough to take off if you want to get those and throw those in with your ICs and oscillators. Nothing wrong with doing that. Low grade is low grade. It's not going to get any lower. Here, let's see here. Chisel. Hammer. Yeah, we got some copper, obvious. This IC broke. And yeah, I can see little tiny pieces of gold in there, so yeah, throw that in with your ICs. Just because it's on a low-grade board doesn't mean that it's necessarily a low-grade chip. I mean, you know, it's might be something worth going after. No guarantees, of course, but all right. So there's some ICs. And it gives you an idea of how hard those are. They're really not that hard to take off. Even better if you don't try to balance them on a heatsink that's not got a regular surface. All right, let's see now. Let's get some more screws undone. Get some more stuff out of here. Little transformer there that you can take off and put in with your small motors if you want, or you could just leave it on your low-grade boards. There's some wire. There is no value on that board at all. I mean, once you cut this wire off, that and that, you have a couple of cheap little components on there. But hey, low grade is low grade, right? Let's get our transformer off. Now, let's see what we can see about this transformer. So we have this copper foil. Well, it's heavier than foil. It's really not fair to call it foil. That's a nice piece of number 2 copper right there. Do the same thing on the other side. Now, not exactly sure which is going to be the easiest place to get in and actually see some wires in here. Pick a side. I don't know that it matters which side we go in. Well, that looks promising. Those wires all appear to be copper. Let's find out for sure. Yep, they're all copper. I'm putting that in with my copper bearing motors. Good heavy weight there. All right, now, got some more screws to get out of here. Da, 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 da. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's happening there. I'll show you. I will show you what was going on there. So they have MOSFETs across here. The MOSFETs are screwed into the heatsink. There we go. You know, the nice thing about low-grade boards is you can't make them any more low-grade than what they are, so you might as well just bust them up if you can. Usually the brown boards are brittle and they break real easy. Makes it easy to get stuff taken apart. Easier anyway. All right, now then, this heatsink, once we get all the ferrous material off of it, that's a nice piece of extruded aluminum there. Yeah. Get our wire off of here. Let's try the scissors on this. They're metal shears. Really handy for ribbon wire. So there's another low-grade chunk of board. Another low-grade chunk of board. On some of these older boards, if you look, you have these coils of copper right there. So that's what it is. It looks like on the board itself. And that's a way to make a resistor. You know, they calculated the length of copper wire necessary to get the resistance they wanted, and they just coil it up so it doesn't take a lot of space. But it makes for a nice little bit of number 2 copper for us. And then the rest of that can go in your low grades. Wire, low grade, more wire. Oops, why did you go up there, dummy? You're supposed to go over there. That's where the wire goes. Get back down off of there. I said, get down off of there. You belong over there. Man, wire not listening. What's going on around this place? And we have another heatsink right there with MOSFETs on it. Let's try. Bust it off the board. And there's some more ICs. Again, if you want to go after those, they're there even if you don't want to go after those. It is so cool. I don't know if you all can hear the thunder in the background, but it's just like a low rumbling kind of thunder going on. All right, so we have a little heat sink. Get that little bit of metal ferrous off of there. Oh, there's a piece of IC that tried to get away from us. This one's pretty good because this one you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the gold bearing material inside of that reflecting up. I'm going to put the MOSFETs in with my mid-grades. The screws just go in with the little metal bits. And we have another little board here. This would be the board for the display. Aluminum. Okay. Plastic ends on it. That part's aluminum. There we go. All right. And we have some more screws here. Sheet metal. Oh man, that felt so good. With the storm coming on, there's a little breeze coming, and it's blowing a nice cool breeze through the shark cage right now. Really? I bet you if I put a Japanese bit on this, that these would work without any trouble. Yeah, if you're new to scrapping electronics and you find that your Phillips heads, your standard Phillips heads, are having trouble on some of your electronics, you might need to find the Japanese standard bits, because they're just a little bit different than the standard bits that we're used to here in America, and they'll work most of the time. But every now and then, like you saw with this particular board that I was working on here, they just didn't want to work. They just didn't want to grab hold properly. All right, so you are holding things up. Get you out of the way. And a little screw hiding right here. There we go. And I'm not going to bother with you. We're just going to break you. There we go. So some bits of low-grade board. A whole bunch of screws. More low-grade board. And more low-grade board. Hey, remember the old TV show that had the guy in the TV with the talking head? I'm Shark Radiohead. Hey, that was a fun scrap. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you are enjoying these, there's links here that are going to take you to more Shark Scrapper content. Round one in the middle is to help you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of this awesome Shark Scrapperness later on.